Our peaceful journey through the universe continues. As we travel farther from Earth, every destination reminds us that beauty and danger often exist side by side. Some of the most breathtaking places in the cosmos are also among the most hostile. Ahead of us, a brilliant crimson cloud glows against the darkness. Its colors sparkle like precious jewels scattered across the stars. From a distance, it looks peaceful, almost inviting. But appearances can be deceiving. This glowing region is an emission nebula. Its brilliant red light comes from ionized hydrogen gas energized by the intense radiation of nearby young stars. The cloud itself is filled with hot plasma, powerful ultraviolet radiation, and vast streams of energized particles. It is beautiful beyond imagination, yet completely inhospitable to life. One of its brightest regions is catalogued as NGC 896. It was the first part of this immense nebula to be studied in detail. The powerful radiation from nearby stars causes the surrounding hydrogen to shine with its distinctive crimson glow. Every color tells the story of energy moving through the cloud. Every glowing filament marks another place where new stars may one day be born. Even the most peaceful-looking corners of the universe often hide extraordinary forces at work. As we quietly leave the nebula behind, another remarkable world appears in the distance. At first glance, it almost feels familiar. Great seas stretch across its surface. Clouds drift through a thick atmosphere. Rain falls. Rivers carve their way across the landscape. For a brief moment, it almost resembles Earth. This is Titan, the largest moon of Saturn, and one of the most fascinating worlds in the solar system. Yet despite its Earth-like appearance, its lakes and seas are not filled with water. They are composed of liquid methane and liquid ethane, existing at temperatures so cold that water behaves like solid rock. The rivers flowing across Titan's surface carry hydrocarbons instead of water. Its rainfall follows an entirely different chemistry from anything found on Earth. Even so, Titan remains one of the most intriguing places scientists have ever explored. Beneath its frozen exterior, researchers suspect there may be a hidden ocean of liquid water. Some scientists even wonder whether simple forms of life could exist somewhere beneath that icy shell. For now, those questions remain unanswered. Titan continues drifting silently around Saturn, holding on to its mysteries beneath an orange sky unlike any other in the solar system. Our journey carries us even farther from the warmth of the inner solar system. Earth is now more than 1 billion kilometers behind us. Its pale blue light has disappeared into the endless darkness. Ahead lies one of the most extraordinary moons ever discovered. Titan is the second largest moon in the solar system. It is even slightly larger than the planet Mercury. Unlike most moons, Titan possesses a remarkably dense atmosphere. Composed primarily of nitrogen, it is the only moon known to have such a thick blanket of air surrounding its surface. Many scientists believe its atmosphere resembles the one that surrounded the young Earth billions of years ago. For that reason, Titan has become one of the most important natural laboratories for studying the origins of life. Recent missions have revealed even more reasons for excitement. Observations made by NASA's spacecraft have uncovered chemical signatures that may be linked to complex organic processes. These discoveries do not confirm the existence of life, but they suggest that Titan possesses many of the ingredients needed for the chemistry that eventually gave rise to life on Earth. Beneath its frozen crust, researchers believe a vast ocean of liquid water may exist. Far below the icy surface, protected from the harsh environment above. If such an ocean truly exists, it could remain one of the most promising places in our solar system to search for simple microbial life. For now, those hidden depths remain beyond our reach. As fascinating as Titan is, many of its greatest secrets are still waiting to be uncovered. Leaving Saturn behind, we continue deeper into the darkness. Another distant world slowly comes into view. Its frozen surface reflects only the faintest sunlight. The landscape appears silent, almost motionless. This is Pluto, a distant dwarf planet once considered the 9th planet of our solar system. Its surface is covered with vast plains of frozen nitrogen, methane, and carbon monoxide. The ice here bears little resemblance to the frozen water we know on Earth. At these unimaginable temperatures, entirely different substances become solid. Despite its frozen appearance, Pluto may not be completely inactive. Evidence suggests that beneath its icy shell, a hidden ocean of liquid water could still exist. Radioactive elements trapped deep inside its rocky core may generate enough heat to keep parts of that ancient ocean from freezing completely. Even at the edge of the solar system, the possibility of liquid water reminds us that the universe often refuses to fit our expectations. Pluto remained a mystery for most of the 20th century. Its great distance made detailed observations almost impossible. Only after the discovery of its largest moon, Charon, did astronomers begin to understand this distant world more clearly. As Pluto and Charon orbit one another, they repeatedly pass in front of each other from our point of view. Those eclipses allowed scientists to measure subtle changes in brightness and gradually uncover the characteristics of both worlds. Decades later, the Hubble Space Telescope provided even sharper observations. Then, in 2015, NASA's New Horizons spacecraft transformed everything we knew about Pluto. For the first time, humanity witnessed its frozen mountains, vast plains, towering cliffs, and surprisingly complex landscape in remarkable detail. One of the greatest surprises was the discovery of Sputnik Planitia, an enormous basin covered with frozen nitrogen ice. Unlike the heavily cratered region surrounding it, this immense plain appears remarkably young. Its smooth surface suggests that Pluto remains geologically active, despite its great age and extreme distance from the Sun. Scientists also discovered evidence of changing seasons. As Pluto follows its highly elliptical orbit, sunlight gradually warms parts of its surface. Frozen nitrogen slowly turns into gas, forming a thin atmosphere around the dwarf planet. When Pluto moves farther away again, those gases freeze and fall back onto the surface as delicate layers of frost. Its atmosphere appears and disappears with the passing seasons. A cycle unlike anything found on Earth. The farther we explore Pluto, the more unexpected it becomes. What once seemed like a frozen, lifeless world now reveals signs of surprising complexity. Its icy crust, hidden ocean, changing atmosphere, and evolving surface remind us that even the smallest worlds can still hold remarkable secrets. As Pluto slowly fades behind us, the outer solar system grows quieter. Only the distant sun continues shining faintly across the endless darkness. Our journey, however, is far from over. Many extraordinary worlds are still waiting beyond the horizon. As Pluto disappears into the distance, another familiar world slowly emerges from the darkness. A deep sapphire glow surrounds the giant planet ahead. At first glance, it appears calm, peaceful, almost inviting. This is Neptune, the eighth and most distant planet orbiting the Sun. Its beautiful blue color comes from methane gas high in its atmosphere. Sunlight passes through the atmosphere, where methane absorbs much of the red light while reflecting brilliant shades of blue back into space. Despite its tranquil appearance, Neptune is one of the most violent places in the solar system. Towering clouds race across the sky. Powerful storms circle the planet. The fastest winds ever measured on any planet roar through its atmosphere at speeds exceeding 2,000 kilometers per hour. The clouds themselves are not made of water. Instead, they contain frozen methane, ammonia, and hydrogen sulfide crystals drifting through the icy atmosphere. Neptune is often called an ice giant. Unlike Jupiter and Saturn, whose interiors are dominated by hydrogen and helium, Neptune contains enormous quantities of water, ammonia, and methane deep beneath its atmosphere. Far below the cloud tops, pressure rises to unimaginable levels. Temperatures increase steadily toward the planet's interior. Although the upper atmosphere is one of the coldest places in the solar system, the deep interior reaches temperatures of nearly 5,000 degrees Celsius. Scientists believe this hidden heat helps drive Neptune's powerful weather systems. The contrast between its freezing clouds and scorching interior creates one of the most dynamic atmospheres known among the planets. From this distance, Neptune looks peaceful. Only by looking closer do we discover the extraordinary forces hidden beneath its beautiful blue surface. The universe often reminds us that appearances can be wonderfully deceiving. Neptune is approximately 30 times farther from the Sun than Earth. Astronomers use a measurement called the astronomical unit to describe these immense distances. One astronomical unit is the average distance between Earth and the Sun. Roughly 150 million kilometers. By that scale, Neptune orbits at an average distance of about 30 astronomical units. From so far away, sunlight is incredibly weak. The Sun appears little more than an exceptionally bright star shining across the darkness. Yet even at this extraordinary distance, Neptune remains a world of remarkable activity. Its atmosphere is constantly changing. Bright clouds form and disappear. Immense storms travel across the planet before slowly fading away. Deep beneath those clouds, pressure becomes so extreme that ordinary matter behaves in unfamiliar ways. Scientists believe carbon atoms released from methane may be compressed into tiny diamonds. Those crystals could slowly sink through the planet's interior like glittering rain. It is one of the most extraordinary ideas in planetary science. Far below the atmosphere lies a dense mantle composed largely of water, ammonia, and methane under immense pressure. At the very center rests a rocky core rich in iron, nickel, and silicate minerals. Although hidden from view, this interior helps generate the heat that powers Neptune's dramatic weather. The planet also possesses a delicate system of faint rings. Unlike Saturn's brilliant rings, Neptune's are dark, thin, and difficult to observe. They remained unknown until spacecraft observations confirmed their existence in the late 20th century. Neptune is named after the Roman god of the sea. The name feels fitting. Its deep blue color resembles a distant cosmic ocean stretching endlessly into space. Yet beneath that peaceful appearance lies one of the most energetic and turbulent worlds in the solar system. As we quietly leave Neptune behind, its blue glow slowly fades into the darkness. Ahead, countless more destinations wait among the stars. Our journey has only just begun. Leaving Neptune behind, we begin traveling back toward the inner solar system. Far ahead, a small gray world slowly grows larger. At first glance, it appears lifeless. Its ancient surface is scarred by countless impact craters. Towering cliffs cast long shadows across a landscape that has remained largely unchanged for billions of years. This is Mercury, the smallest planet in our solar system, and the closest one to the Sun. Despite its proximity to our star, Mercury is not the hottest planet. Without a thick atmosphere to trap heat, its surface experiences extraordinary extremes. During the day, temperatures can climb above 400 degrees Celsius. At night, they plunge below -170 degrees. Few places in the solar system experience such dramatic changes. Mercury completes one orbit around the Sun in just 88 Earth days. It races around our star faster than any other planet. Yet it rotates very slowly on its own axis. One solar day on Mercury lasts 176 Earth days. Standing on its surface, the movement of the Sun across the sky would appear unlike anything we experience on Earth. The planet has no natural moons. No rings. Only an ancient landscape shaped by countless collisions over billions of years. Its enormous impact basins reveal a violent history dating back to the earliest days of the solar system. One of the most impressive is the Quasars Basin. Stretching more than 1,500 kilometers across, it is among the largest impact structures ever discovered on a rocky planet. The force of the collision was so immense that seismic waves traveled through the entire planet, reshaping the landscape on the opposite side. Even today, those scars remain visible. Silent reminders of a much younger and more chaotic solar system. As we drift above Mercury's cratered surface, the silence feels almost timeless. Nothing moves. Nothing changes. Only the distant sunlight slowly sweeps across an ancient world that has endured for billions of years. Mercury's surface tells the story of countless impacts that occurred during the earliest history of the solar system. For billions of years, asteroids and comets collided with the planet, leaving behind an extraordinary landscape of craters. Some regions remain densely covered with overlapping impact scars. Others are broad, smoother plains created when molten rock once flowed across the surface after enormous collisions. These ancient volcanic plains reveal that Mercury was once far more active than its quiet appearance suggests today. One of the planet's greatest landmarks is the Caloris Basin, created by an impact so powerful that it reshaped the entire planet. The collision released unimaginable energy. Shockwaves traveled through Mercury before converging on the opposite side, where they fractured the crust into a chaotic landscape unlike anywhere else on the planet. Gigantic cliffs also stretch for hundreds of kilometers across Mercury's surface. These immense scarps formed as the planet slowly cooled over billions of years. As its enormous iron core contracted, the entire planet gradually shrank. The crust folded and fractured, creating towering ridges that still dominate the landscape today. Unlike Earth, Mercury shows almost no signs of erosion. There is no wind, no rain, no flowing rivers. Its ancient craters remain preserved almost exactly as they formed billions of years ago. Every impact has become part of a permanent record of the solar system's earliest history. As we quietly leave Mercury behind, another familiar world comes into view. A bright gray sphere hangs silently against the blackness of space. Its surface is marked by countless craters, mountains, and vast plains. This is the Moon, Earth's only natural satellite. It has accompanied our planet for more than 4 billion years. From Earth, it often feels close enough to touch. Yet the average distance between Earth and the Moon is more than 384,000 kilometers. The Moon has no atmosphere capable of protecting its surface. Every crater tells the story of another ancient collision. Every mountain has remained almost unchanged for millions of years. Although it appears quiet today, the Moon preserves the history of a much more violent solar system. For humanity, it remains far more than a distant world. It is the only place beyond Earth where people have walked beneath another sky. A silent companion that continues to inspire every generation to look upward and wonder what lies beyond. From our position in space, the Moon seems almost close enough to reach. Yet the journey from Earth still takes days. Its familiar gray surface is covered with mountains, ancient lava plains, and countless impact craters created over billions of years. Unlike Earth, the Moon has almost no atmosphere. There is no wind to erase footprints. No rain to smooth the landscape. The marks left on its surface can remain almost unchanged for millions of years. The average distance between Earth and the Moon is about 384,000 kilometers. Although it is our closest celestial neighbor, it is still far beyond anything we experience in everyday life. As we quietly drift above its surface, another destination begins calling us from deeper within the solar system. A brilliant world wrapped in thick clouds slowly comes into view. This is Venus, often called Earth's twin because of its similar size. Yet beneath those beautiful clouds lies one of the most hostile environments in the solar system. Venus is the second planet from the Sun. But it is even hotter than Mercury. Its dense atmosphere is composed mostly of carbon dioxide. That enormous blanket of gas traps heat through an intense greenhouse effect, raising surface temperatures to nearly 465 degrees Celsius. Lead would melt here. no known spacecraft has survived on its surface for very long. Venus rotates in an unusual way. Unlike almost every other planet, it spins in the opposite direction. If you could stand on its surface, the sun would appear to rise in the west and set in the east. A single day on Venus lasts longer than an entire Venusian year. Its thick clouds hide the surface completely from ordinary view. Beneath them lies a world of volcanic plains, rugged mountains, and immense lava fields shaped by powerful geological forces. The sun has guided every world we have visited. Its light reaches the frozen plains of Pluto. It illuminates Neptune's distant clouds. It warms the rocky surface of Mercury. And it gives life to our own planet. Although it appears peaceful from afar, the sun is an immense sphere of superheated plasma. Its surface glows at nearly 5,500 degrees Celsius. Deep within its core, temperatures climb to around 15 million degrees. There, hydrogen atoms continuously fuse together, producing the enormous energy that radiates across the solar system. Every second, the sun releases more energy than humanity could ever hope to produce. Only a tiny fraction of that energy reaches Earth. Yet it is enough to power our climate, drive the weather, and sustain nearly every form of life on our planet. Without the sun, Earth would become a frozen world drifting through darkness. Seen from nearby, the sun is anything but calm. Towering loops of plasma rise above its surface. Violent eruptions launch billions of tons of charged particles into space. Powerful magnetic fields twist and reshape the glowing atmosphere in an endless cycle of activity. Its immense gravity holds every planet in orbit. Mercury races around it in just 88 days. The distant ice giants complete a single orbit only after many decades. Everything in our solar system is bound together by the influence of this ordinary-looking star. Yet compared with many stars scattered across our galaxy, the Sun is remarkably average. Some stars are hundreds of times larger. Others shine thousands of times brighter. Even so, for us, no star is more important. Every sunrise on Earth is a quiet reminder that our existence depends entirely on this single star. As we slowly leave the sun behind, another familiar world appears ahead. A faint reddish glow grows brighter against the darkness. This is Mars, the red planet. A world that may once have looked far more like Earth than it does today. Mars has fascinated humanity for centuries. Its reddish glow has always stood out against the night sky. Today, we know that this distinctive color comes from iron oxide covering much of its surface. Tiny particles of rust spread across the landscape, giving the entire planet its familiar appearance. Yet Mars was not always the frozen desert we see today. Billions of years ago, it may have been a very different world. Ancient river valleys stretch across its surface. Dry lake beds remain preserved beneath layers of dust. Minerals formed only in the presence of liquid water have been discovered in many regions. Together, they reveal a remarkable history. Long ago, rivers flowed. Lakes gathered beneath the sky. Perhaps even vast oceans covered parts of the northern hemisphere. If you had stood on ancient Mars billions of years ago, the landscape might have seemed surprisingly familiar. blue skies may have been replaced by softer orange tones. But flowing water carved valleys much like those found on Earth. Over time, however, Mars changed. Its magnetic field weakened. Without that invisible shield, the solar wind gradually stripped away much of its atmosphere. As the atmosphere became thinner, the planet cooled. Liquid water slowly disappeared from the surface. Much of it escaped into space. The rest became trapped beneath the ground or frozen within the polar ice caps. Today, Mars remains cold and dry. Yet signs of its remarkable past can still be found almost everywhere we look. One of the planet's greatest landmarks is Olympus Mons, the largest volcano ever discovered in the solar system. Its summit rises more than 20 kilometers above the surrounding plains. Nearby stretches Valles Marineris, a canyon system so enormous that it would span much of a continent on Earth. Standing above it, the scale is almost impossible to comprehend. Even in silence, Mars continues telling the story of a world that may once have been alive with flowing water and endless possibilities. Its greatest mysteries are still waiting beneath the dust. As we leave the towering volcanoes of Mars behind, the silence of space surrounds us once again. Countless rocky fragments drift ahead. Some are no larger than small houses. Others stretch for hundreds of kilometers. Together they form the asteroid belt, a vast region lying between Mars and Jupiter. These ancient worlds are the surviving building blocks of the early solar system. They have remained here for billions of years, quietly orbiting the Sun. Many travel at astonishing speeds. A collision with even a relatively small asteroid would release unimaginable energy. Fortunately, the immense distances between them mean that encounters are far rarer than they often appear in illustrations. As we carefully continue through this ancient region, an enormous world slowly fills the darkness before us. Nothing we have visited so far compares to its scale. This is Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system. A true giant among worlds. Its diameter is more than 11 times greater than Earth's. More than 1,000 Earths could fit inside its enormous volume. Yet despite its size, Jupiter is composed mostly of hydrogen and helium. It has no solid surface on which to stand. Beneath its colorful clouds lies an atmosphere thousands of kilometers deep. Bands of white, orange, and brown circle the planet at tremendous speeds. Powerful jet streams race around the globe, creating one of the most dynamic atmospheres in the solar system. The most famous feature is the Great Red Spot, a colossal storm larger than Earth itself. It has raged for centuries without stopping. Within its swirling clouds, winds reach extraordinary speeds powerful enough to reshape everything in their path. Lightning flashes illuminate the towering cloud tops. Deep below, pressure rises until hydrogen is compressed into a strange metallic state unlike anything found naturally on Earth. Jupiter generates so much internal heat that it radiates more energy into space than it receives from the Sun. Even from a great distance, its immense gravity dominates the surrounding region. Dozens of moons orbit this giant world, each with its own remarkable story. As we quietly drift past Jupiter, it becomes clear why ancient civilizations associated this magnificent planet with the king of the gods. Its enormous presence commands the solar system like no other world. As Jupiter slowly disappears into the darkness, another magnificent giant begins to emerge. At first, only a thin golden line catches the light. Then the rings grow wider, brighter, more breathtaking with every passing moment. This is Saturn, perhaps the most recognizable planet in the solar system. Its magnificent rings have fascinated humanity ever since the invention of the telescope. From a distance, Saturn appears calm and graceful, almost delicate. Yet it is another enormous gas giant, composed primarily of hydrogen and helium. The rings themselves are not solid structures. They are made of billions of individual pieces of ice, rock, and dust. Some are no larger than grains of sand. Others are as large as mountains. Together they create one of the most spectacular sights anywhere in the solar system. Although the rings appear perfectly smooth from afar, countless particles orbit Saturn in an endless cosmic dance. Each fragment follows its own path, held in place by gravity. Many of Saturn's moons help shape these rings. Their gravity creates narrow gaps, delicate waves, and graceful patterns stretching across hundreds of thousands of kilometers. Saturn itself is enormous. More than 9 Earths could fit across its diameter. Despite its immense size, it is the least dense planet in the solar system. If a body of water large enough existed, Saturn would theoretically float upon it. Powerful winds race through its upper atmosphere at speeds exceeding 1,800 kilometers per hour. Beneath the clouds, pressure steadily increases until hydrogen transforms into an exotic metallic state similar to that found deep inside Jupiter. Saturn has fascinated civilizations for thousands of years. The Romans associated it with the god Saturn, while many ancient cultures watched its slow movement across the night sky with wonder. Today, spacecraft have revealed details that earlier generations could never have imagined. Towering storms, delicate rings, dozens of remarkable moons. Every new observation reminds us that Saturn is far more than a beautiful planet. It is an entire world system, rich with mysteries still waiting to be explored. As its golden rings slowly fade behind us, the silence of deep space welcomes us onward once again. Leaving Saturn behind, we continue toward one of the most extraordinary worlds ever discovered beyond our solar system. From a distance, it glitters like an enormous jewel suspended in the darkness. Its brilliance almost seems impossible. Some have even called it the Diamond Planet. This remarkable world is known as 55 Cancri e. Located about 40 light-years from Earth, it is classified as a super-Earth because it is nearly twice the size of our own planet. Years ago, scientists proposed that its interior might contain enormous amounts of carbon compressed into diamond under extreme pressure. Although newer studies suggest its composition is probably more complex, the nickname has remained. Even if diamonds exist there, this is no paradise. The surface is unimaginably hostile. Temperatures can exceed 1600 degrees Celsius. The ground may be covered with vast oceans of molten rock glowing beneath an endless, scorching sky. no known form of life could survive such an environment. The planet orbits incredibly close to its parent star. A single year on 55 Cancri lasts less than 18 Earth hours. It circles its star so quickly that one complete orbit passes in less than a single day on Earth. The intense heat constantly reshapes its surface. Scientists believe enormous volcanic activity may be taking place. Molten material could be rising from deep below before cooling once again beneath the crushing heat. Although this extraordinary world is unlike anything in our own solar system, it reminds us how diverse planets throughout the universe can be. Some resemble frozen oceans. Others are covered by endless deserts. And some may glow with rivers of liquid rock beneath skies brighter than any sunrise on Earth. As we quietly leave this remarkable world behind, another brilliant object begins to dominate the darkness. A deep crimson star slowly grows larger before us. Its enormous size becomes impossible to ignore. This is Antares, one of the largest and most magnificent stars visible in the night sky. Ahead of us, a brilliant crimson star slowly fills the darkness. Even from an extraordinary distance, its deep red glow is impossible to ignore. This is Antares, one of the largest and most impressive stars visible from Earth. Located in the constellation Scorpius, Antares shines with a rich reddish color that has fascinated sky watchers for thousands of years. Its name comes from ancient Greek and means rival of Mars. When viewed from Earth, its fiery red appearance often resembles the red planet, inspiring astronomers of the ancient world to give it that remarkable name. Antares is a red supergiant, a star approaching the final stages of its life. If it were placed at the center of our solar system, its enormous outer atmosphere would extend beyond the orbit of Mars. Few stars are large enough to challenge our imagination so completely. Although its surface temperature is much cooler than that of the Sun, Antares shines tens of thousands of times more brightly. Its immense size more than compensates for its lower temperature. Powerful stellar winds continuously carry enormous amounts of gas into surrounding space. Over time, those winds have created a vast cloud surrounding the star. Every year, Antares loses material equivalent to many Earths. It is slowly shedding its outer layers as it moves closer to the end of its remarkable life. Astronomers believe Antares will eventually explode as a spectacular supernova. When that day arrives, it will briefly outshine billions of stars. The explosion will scatter newly forged elements across space. Those elements may one day become part of entirely new stars, planets, and perhaps even future forms of life. Although that dramatic event is still expected to occur far in the future, Antares reminds us that even the greatest stars are not eternal. Every star is born. Every star evolves. And eventually, every star reaches its own final chapter. As we quietly continue our journey, the crimson light of Antares slowly fades into the endless darkness behind us. As Antares fades into the distance, another extraordinary sight appears before us. A dark shape slowly forms against the stars. At first, it seems as though a piece of the universe is simply missing. Then, without warning, a nearby star begins to stretch. Its light twists into impossible shapes. the star spirals inward, faster and faster, until it disappears forever. We are witnessing one of the most powerful forces in existence: a black hole. Contrary to popular imagination, a black hole does not roam the universe swallowing everything around it. From a safe distance, its gravity behaves much like that of any other object with the same mass. Only when something ventures too close does escape become impossible. The boundary surrounding a black hole is known as the event horizon. Beyond that invisible edge, nothing can return. Not even light itself. As gas falls toward the black hole, it forms a rapidly spinning accretion disk. Friction heats the material to extraordinary temperatures. Before crossing the event horizon, it shines more brilliantly than entire galaxies. The black hole itself remains invisible. Only the glowing matter surrounding it reveals its presence. For decades, black holes remained purely theoretical. Then observations confirmed that they truly exist. Today, astronomers have even captured images of the glowing material surrounding supermassive black holes in distant galaxies. Yet many mysteries remain. What happens beyond the event horizon? No observation has ever answered that question. According to Einstein's theory of general relativity, gravity becomes so extreme that space and time themselves are profoundly distorted. Some theoretical models even suggest the existence of white holes, hypothetical objects that would behave as the opposite of black holes. Instead of pulling matter inward, they would eject matter outward. No white hole has ever been observed. They remain mathematical possibilities rather than confirmed astronomical objects. Another fascinating idea is the wormhole, a theoretical tunnel connecting two distant regions of space-time. If wormholes exist and could somehow remain stable, they might create shortcuts across unimaginable distances. For now, however, they remain part of theoretical physics rather than established observation. The universe is filled with ideas that challenge our imagination. Some have already become scientific reality. Others continue waiting for evidence. Perhaps that endless search for answers is what makes the cosmos so captivating. As we quietly leave the black hole behind, the stars begin shining once again, guiding us toward another remarkable destination waiting in the darkness. The darkness slowly begins to glow once again. Ahead of us, another brilliant star shines with a warm golden light. Unlike the enormous red supergiants we have just visited, this one feels calmer, more familiar. Yet it remains an extraordinary world in its own right. This is Aldebaran, the brightest star in the constellation Taurus. Located about 65 light-years from Earth, it has guided travelers and inspired civilizations for thousands of years. Its name comes from Arabic and means the follower. The ancient sky watchers gave it this name because it appears to follow the Pleiades star cluster across the night sky. Aldebaran is a red giant. Long ago, it was much like our own Sun. But after exhausting the hydrogen fuel in its core, it began a new stage of its life. The star expanded enormously. Its outer layers drifted farther into space while its surface cooled, giving it the deep orange glow we see today. Although cooler than the Sun, Aldebaran shines hundreds of times more brightly because of its immense size. If it replaced the Sun at the center of our solar system, its outer atmosphere would extend far beyond the orbit of Mercury, perhaps even approaching the path of Venus. Every giant star reminds us that stellar evolution is a slow but unstoppable process. Our own Sun will one day follow a similar path. Billions of years from now, it too will expand into a red giant before ending its life as a quiet white dwarf. Aldebaran offers us a glimpse of that distant future. Throughout history, people across many cultures watched this remarkable star with admiration. Its steady light became part of myths, calendars, and navigation long before the invention of telescopes. Even today, it remains one of the easiest stars to recognize in the winter sky. As we quietly continue our journey, Aldebaran's warm orange light slowly fades behind us. Far beyond, another remarkable world is already waiting to reveal its story. Beyond Aldebaran, the universe continues unfolding before us. Every destination reminds us that our own solar system is only one small corner of an unimaginably vast galaxy. Far ahead, a faint point of light slowly grows brighter. At first, it appears no different from countless other stars. But hidden within its light is a remarkable discovery. This is Kepler 186f, an exoplanet orbiting a small red dwarf star approximately 500 light-years from Earth. When astronomers first detected this distant world, it immediately captured global attention. Not because it looked like Earth, but because of where it orbits. Kepler 186f lies within the habitable zone of its parent star, a region where temperatures may allow liquid water to exist under the right conditions. Its size is also remarkably similar to Earth's, making it one of the first truly Earth-sized planets discovered within a potentially habitable region. Of course, being located inside the habitable zone does not guarantee that life exists. Many other conditions must also be met. A stable atmosphere, the right chemical ingredients, long-term geological activity, and perhaps many factors we have not yet discovered. Even so, Kepler's 186f reminds us that Earth may not be as unique as we once believed. The Milky Way alone contains hundreds of billions of stars. Many of them are likely surrounded by planets. Some may resemble our own world. Others could be completely unlike anything we have ever imagined. One of the greatest questions in science still remains unanswered. Are we alone? Or is life quietly waiting somewhere among those distant stars? For now, we simply do not know. But every new telescope, every new mission, and every new discovery brings us one step closer to the answer. As we quietly leave Kepler 186f behind, its faint star slowly disappears into the darkness. Ahead, countless more distant worlds continue their silent journey through the endless universe. Leaving Kepler's 186f behind, another remarkable world slowly comes into view. Wrapped in deep shades of blue, it appears peaceful from a distance. Its clouds drift gently across the atmosphere. Its color almost resembles the oceans of Earth. But this is an illusion. This is HD 189733b, one of the most extreme exoplanets ever discovered. Located about 63 light-years away, this giant world is roughly the size of Jupiter. It orbits incredibly close to its parent star, completing a full orbit in just over 2 Earth days. The intense radiation from its nearby star heats the atmosphere to extraordinary temperatures. Scientists believe powerful winds race around the planet at several thousand kilometers per hour, far faster than any hurricane ever recorded on Earth. These violent winds may carry tiny particles of molten silicate through the atmosphere. If rain falls here, it is unlike anything we know. Instead of water, scorching droplets of molten glass may sweep sideways through the sky at tremendous speeds. Despite its hostile environment, HD 189733b has become one of the most important exoplanets ever studied. Using the Hubble Space Telescope, astronomers analyzed the faint starlight passing through its atmosphere. Within that light, they detected molecules such as water vapor, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and methane. Every molecule leaves its own unique fingerprint. By studying those tiny patterns, scientists can learn about worlds far beyond our own solar system without ever traveling there. These techniques are now being used to examine smaller and potentially more Earth-like planets. One day, they may even reveal the first unmistakable signs of life beyond our world. For now, HD 189733b remains a breathtaking example of how strange and diverse the universe can truly be. As we quietly leave its brilliant blue atmosphere behind, another glowing wonder begins to emerge from the darkness. Soft clouds of gas and dust shimmer gently among the distant stars. A beautiful nebula is waiting for us. A soft glow slowly spreads across the darkness. Ahead of us, delicate clouds of gas and dust shimmer with shades of blue and silver. They seem almost weightless, as though they have been painted across the universe with gentle strokes of light. This is the Iris Nebula, also known as NGC 7023. Located roughly 1,300 light-years from Earth, it is one of the most beautiful reflection nebulae ever observed. Unlike emission nebulae, the Iris Nebula does not produce its own light. Instead, tiny dust particles scatter and reflect the light of a hot young star hidden within its center. That reflection gives the nebula its remarkable blue color. The surrounding dark clouds tell another story. They are dense regions of cold gas and cosmic dust. Within those silent clouds, gravity slowly gathers material together. Over millions of years, new stars may begin to form deep inside the darkness. Every glowing filament marks another chapter in the endless cycle of stellar evolution. Stars are born. They shine for millions or even billions of years. Eventually, they grow old. And in their final moments, they return much of their material back to space. Those same elements later become part of entirely new stars, planets, and perhaps even future forms of life. The universe constantly recycles itself. Nothing truly disappears. Everything becomes part of another beginning. As we quietly drift through the glowing clouds of the Iris Nebula, the silence feels almost timeless. Only the gentle light of distant stars reflects from the surrounding dust. A peaceful reminder that even within the darkest regions of space, new worlds are always waiting to be born. Slowly, the blue clouds begin to fade behind us. Ahead, another extraordinary sight unfolds. A brilliant explosion illuminates the darkness. A star has reached the end of its life. Before us, a brilliant cloud of light expands through the darkness. For a moment, it seems almost alive. Streams of glowing gas stretch outward in every direction. At the center, a small, brilliant point of light quietly remains. We are witnessing the final chapter in the life of a star. This is a planetary nebula. Despite its name, it has nothing to do with planets. Long ago, astronomers simply thought these glowing clouds resembled distant planets when viewed through early telescopes. In reality, they are created when stars similar to our Sun reach the end of their lives. As the star exhausts its nuclear fuel, its outer layers slowly drift away into space. The hot core that remains continues shining. Its intense ultraviolet light causes the expanding gas to glow with extraordinary colors. At the very center rests a white dwarf, the incredibly dense remnant of the original star. Although only about the size of Earth, a white dwarf contains nearly as much mass as the Sun. A single teaspoon of its material would weigh several tons under Earth's gravity. Yet despite its incredible density, the white dwarf no longer produces energy through nuclear fusion. It simply radiates the heat left behind from its former life. Over billions of years, it will slowly cool and fade into darkness. One day, our own Sun will experience a similar fate. Several billion years from now, it will expand into a red giant before gently casting its outer layers into space. The glowing cloud will slowly drift away. And at its center, a quiet white dwarf will remain. Far from being an ending, this process becomes the beginning of something new. The gas released by dying stars enriches the universe with carbon, oxygen, and many other elements. Future generations of stars and planets are born from that recycled material. Even the atoms within our own bodies were once forged inside ancient stars that lived and died billions of years before the Earth existed. In the universe, every ending quietly becomes another beginning. As the glowing nebula slowly fades behind us, another distant star appears ahead. Its gentle orange light shines peacefully through the darkness, waiting to tell its own remarkable story. As the glowing nebula disappears into the distance, another quiet star welcomes us. Its soft orange light stands out against the darkness. Less brilliant than the massive supergiants we have visited, yet no less fascinating. This is 54 Piscium, a small orange dwarf star located about 36 light-years from Earth. For countless years, it appeared to be an ordinary star. Then astronomers discovered something remarkable. Planets were quietly orbiting around it. One of them was confirmed in the early years of exoplanet research. Later, another distant companion was discovered, making this system an important target for astronomers studying planetary formation. Although these worlds are unlikely to resemble Earth, they remind us that planetary systems are common throughout our galaxy. Almost every star we visit now seems to have companions of its own. The Milky Way is no longer viewed as a collection of isolated stars. It is a galaxy filled with countless planetary families, each following its own silent journey through space. As we continue farther into the darkness, another distant sun begins to shine before us. Its light reflects gently across the surrounding emptiness. This is Epsilon Eridani, one of the nearest sun-like stars to Earth. Located only about 10 light-years away, it has become one of the most carefully studied stellar systems in our cosmic neighborhood. Astronomers have discovered at least one giant planet orbiting this young star. Surrounding it are enormous belts of dust and icy debris, remarkably similar to our own asteroid belt and Kuiper belt. Looking at Epsilon Eridani is like looking back in time. It offers a glimpse of what our solar system may have looked like billions of years ago while the planets were still forming. Every nearby star teaches us something new. Some reveal giant planets. Others reveal dusty disks where future worlds may still be taking shape. Together, they remind us that the story of planetary formation is unfolding everywhere across the galaxy. As their gentle light slowly fades behind us, the universe continues opening new paths toward even more extraordinary destinations waiting beyond the stars. The farther we travel, the more extraordinary the universe becomes. Ahead, a brilliant crimson light slowly begins to dominate the darkness. At first, it appears to be just another distant star. But its true scale is almost beyond imagination. This is Scuti, one of the largest stars ever discovered. Located nearly 9,500 light-years from Earth, this enormous red supergiant pushes the limits of what a star can become. If Scuti replaced our Sun, its outer atmosphere would extend far beyond the orbit of Jupiter. The inner planets would disappear completely within its vast envelope. Even light needs hours to travel around a star of this incredible size. Despite its immense volume, Scuti is nearing the end of its life. Its outer layers have expanded enormously as the star slowly consumes the last stages of its nuclear fuel. Powerful stellar winds continuously carry vast amounts of gas into surrounding space. One day, this giant is expected to end its life in a tremendous supernova explosion. The elements created during that final explosion may eventually become part of new stars, planets, and perhaps even future civilizations. As extraordinary as Scuti appears, it reminds us that the universe is constantly changing. Even the greatest stars are only temporary. Nothing in the cosmos remains the same forever. Leaving this colossal giant behind, another quiet red star slowly comes into view. Its appearance is far less dramatic, yet it has become one of the most interesting nearby stars ever discovered. This is Ross 128, a small red dwarf located just under 11 light-years from Earth. Although much cooler and smaller than the Sun, it has attracted enormous scientific interest. A rocky planet known as Ross 128b orbits within its habitable zone. Unlike many red dwarf systems, Ross 128 is considered relatively quiet. Its star produces fewer violent flares than many others of its kind. That calm behavior has made Ross 128b one of the most promising nearby candidates in the search for potentially habitable worlds. Whether life exists there remains completely unknown. But every new discovery reminds us that planets capable of supporting life may be far more common than we once imagined. Perhaps somewhere beneath another distant sky, another world is quietly watching its own stars, wondering whether it is alone in the universe. Our journey now carries us into one of the oldest regions of the solar system. Countless rocky worlds drift quietly ahead. Most are far too small to become planets. Yet one stands apart from all the others. This is Ceres, the largest object within the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Discovered in 1801, Ceres was once considered a planet before later being classified as a dwarf planet. Although only about 950 kilometers across, it contains nearly one-third of the entire mass of the asteroid belt. Its nearly spherical shape reveals that gravity has molded it into a world rather than an ordinary asteroid. For many years, astronomers believed Ceres was simply another frozen rock. Modern observations have revealed something far more intriguing. Its outer layers contain water ice mixed with minerals formed through interaction with liquid water. Beneath that icy crust, scientists believe a vast reservoir of salty liquid may still exist. If confirmed, Ceres would join a growing family of worlds that hide oceans beneath frozen surfaces. The possibility is extraordinary. Even in the seemingly empty asteroid belt, water may still survive beneath layers of ancient rock. Ceres reminds us that the solar system is far more dynamic than it first appears. Every new mission reveals another hidden surprise. Every distant world tells another chapter in the story of planetary evolution. As we quietly continue beyond the asteroid belt, our thoughts begin to wander even farther. The universe stretches endlessly in every direction. No matter how far we travel, the horizon always seems to move beyond our reach. Every answer leads to another question. Every discovery reveals another mystery waiting somewhere in the darkness. Perhaps that endless search is the greatest adventure of all. Far ahead, another distant planetary system slowly comes into view. A massive world orbits close to a small red star, glowing softly against the endless night. Its story is only beginning. The farther we travel, the more extraordinary distant worlds become. Ahead of us, a giant planet slowly emerges from the darkness. Its atmosphere glows with warm shades of orange and gold. Thick clouds wrap around the planet like endless storms frozen in time. This is one of the remarkable worlds orbiting the red dwarf star Gliese 581. Located about 20 light-years from Earth, this planetary system has fascinated astronomers for many years. Several planets have been discovered here. Among them, one attracted worldwide attention because it orbits within a region where temperatures might allow liquid water to exist under the right conditions. That possibility alone was enough to spark enormous excitement. For the first time, scientists had found a potentially habitable world relatively close to our own solar system. Whether life actually exists there remains unknown. A planet can orbit within the habitable zone and still be completely lifeless. Its atmosphere may be too thin. Its chemistry may be unsuitable. Or its surface may have changed long ago. Even so, discoveries like Gliese 581 remind us how many possibilities exist throughout our galaxy. Every year, astronomers identify new worlds unlike anything we once imagined. Some are giant gas planets. Some are frozen ice worlds. Others appear surprisingly similar to Earth. Each discovery reshapes our understanding of what a planetary system can be. Perhaps somewhere around one of those distant stars, another civilization is quietly looking toward the night sky. They may be asking the very same question we ask ourselves. Are we alone? For now, the universe keeps its answer hidden. As we leave the Gliese 581 system behind, another brilliant light begins shining ahead. Far across the darkness, an enormous blue-white star radiates with astonishing power. Its brilliance dominates everything around it. A true giant among the stars is waiting for us. The brilliant blue-white light ahead grows stronger with every passing moment. Its radiance is almost overwhelming. Even from thousands of light-years away, this remarkable star dominates the surrounding darkness. This is the Pistol Star, one of the most luminous stars ever discovered in the Milky Way. Hidden deep within the Pistol Nebula near the center of our galaxy, it remained invisible to ordinary telescopes for many years. Dense clouds of interstellar dust blocked nearly all of its visible light. Only powerful infrared instruments were finally able to reveal its existence. The Pistol Star is believed to contain well over 100 times the mass of our Sun. Its luminosity is extraordinary. For a time, astronomers considered it one of the brightest stars known. Every second, it releases an unimaginable amount of energy into surrounding space. Powerful stellar winds constantly blow away enormous quantities of gas. Over millions of years, those winds have created the vast Pistol Nebula surrounding the star. That glowing cloud is made from material once belonging to the star itself. Every giant star slowly reshapes the space around it. Eventually, the Pistol Star will reach the end of its life. Like other massive stars, it is expected to explode as a spectacular supernova. The explosion will scatter heavy elements across the galaxy. Those elements may one day become new stars, new planets, and perhaps even new forms of life. The universe continually transforms itself through this endless cycle of birth, evolution, and renewal. Leaving the brilliant Pistol Star behind, another familiar light begins to shine. Unlike the giants we have visited, this star is much closer to home. Its brightness has guided travelers for thousands of years. This is Sirius, the brightest star in Earth's night sky. Located only about 8.5 light-years away, Sirius owes much of its brilliance to its relative closeness. It is actually a binary star system. The bright star we easily see is Sirius A. Its companion, Sirius B, is a dense white dwarf. Long ago, Sirius B was the larger of the two stars. After exhausting its nuclear fuel, it shed its outer layers and collapsed into the compact stellar remnant we observe today. Even nearby stars carry remarkable stories. Every point of light above us has its own history, its own beginning, and eventually, its own ending. As Sirius slowly fades into the distance, another familiar star rises ahead. Its warm orange glow feels calm against the endless darkness. This is Arcturus, one of the brightest stars visible in Earth's night sky. Located about 37 light-years away, Arcturus is an orange giant that has fascinated astronomers for centuries. Although it is much older than the Sun, it shines nearly 200 times more brightly. Its enormous size allows it to radiate vast amounts of energy despite having a cooler surface than many smaller stars. Long before modern astronomy, Arcturus served as a guide for travelers and sailors. Its steady light became part of myths, calendars, and traditions across many ancient civilizations. Even today, it remains one of the easiest stars to recognize in the northern sky. As we quietly continue beyond Arcturus, another breathtaking sight appears before us. A dark cloud stretches across a glowing crimson background. At first, it resembles the silhouette of a magnificent horse standing among the stars. This is the Horsehead Nebula, one of the most recognizable nebulae ever photographed. Located roughly 1,300 light-years from Earth in the constellation Orion, it is formed by an enormous cloud of cold gas and cosmic dust. The familiar shape is not created because the nebula shines. Instead, the dense cloud blocks the bright hydrogen gas glowing behind it. The result is a striking silhouette standing against the red light of the surrounding emission nebula. Deep inside these dark clouds, gravity slowly gathers gas and dust together. Over millions of years, entirely new stars may begin to form. The Horsehead Nebula reminds us that even the darkest regions of space are filled with possibility. Hidden within the shadows are the beginnings of future solar systems, future planets, perhaps even future life. The universe never truly stands still. Every cloud, every star, every galaxy is part of an endless cycle of creation and transformation. As the elegant silhouette of the Horsehead Nebula slowly disappears behind us, the quiet darkness once again stretches endlessly in every direction. Somewhere ahead, another extraordinary chapter of the universe is already waiting to unfold. Our journey has carried us across distant planets, giant stars, silent nebulae, and galaxies beyond imagination. Every destination has revealed another piece of the universe's extraordinary story. Some worlds burned beneath unimaginable heat. Others remained frozen in eternal darkness. Some stars were only beginning their lives. Others were quietly approaching their final moments. Yet despite all these differences, every object we visited was connected by the same universal laws. Gravity shaped them. Time transformed them. And light carried their stories across billions of years until they finally reached us. The farther we traveled, the more we realized how small our own world truly is. Earth is only one planet orbiting one ordinary star within a galaxy containing hundreds of billions of stars. That galaxy itself is only one among billions scattered across the observable universe. Even after centuries of exploration, humanity has uncovered only a tiny fraction of what exists. Countless stars have never been studied. Countless planets remain undiscovered. Entire galaxies continue drifting silently beyond the reach of our most powerful telescopes. Every new observation expands the horizon a little farther. Every answer uncovers another mystery waiting in the darkness. Perhaps that is what makes the universe so endlessly fascinating. No matter how much we learn, there will always be another destination beyond the next horizon. Another star. Another planet. Another galaxy. Another story waiting to be told. For now, our peaceful journey comes to an end. Thank you for exploring the universe with me. May the quiet beauty of the cosmos stay with you long after this journey is over. Rest peacefully. And until our paths cross again beneath the stars, sleep well.